Well, there you have it. The walls of Jerusalem. I think I've died and gone to heaven. Well, good morning guys. So woken up to some iffy weather this morning. It's like not too bad in that direction, but behind me it looks like we've got some rain or some clouds moving in. So I'm really hoping that it sort of blows over and doesn't rain, because today is the day that out of all the days I'm out here, today's the day that I'm not quite sure how it's going to pan out, because the route that I sort of want to take over the back of this mountain to drop down to the next lake looks pretty heavily treed, and just after yesterday's like bush bashing through this stuff, I have a feeling like it's going to be a lot of scrub bashing. So yeah, we'll see how we go. So, and the rain's over in that direction as well, so it doesn't really sort of make me too confident either. So it's about 8:45. Yeah, to tell you the truth, I've got a bit of a weird anxious feeling. I've kind of had it since yesterday afternoon when I was sort of coming to this lake. I know I've just got a real anxious feeling I just can't seem to shake. And I think it's just mainly the unknown of like what's ahead. It's always a risk that you play when you sort of come and do these sort of off-track exploration missions. You just never know what to expect, and especially when you're in a whole new area, like I've never been here before, and the weather's like, it can get pretty severe up here pretty quickly. It's a weird feeling I don't usually get. I don't like it. So I'm hoping it'll go away. I think I'm going to probably pack camp down now, maybe go for a quick cast, and then I think I might start making a move, just because I hate for this weather to come in when I'm stuck up here. I'd want to try and get down this mountain as quick as I can. Alright, so just to show you guys the plan of attack again. So obviously the first night we stayed up here in the walls, and then yesterday we hiked down to Lake Ball, and we came off track all the way over to Lake Nagara, and then it was this section from Lake Nagara to Lake Tula, which where I am now. It's just pretty difficult, especially this section over here. It was just so dense and scrubby. So I'm now camped up just on the southern end of Lake Tura. So the plan now is so you've got a big mountain just here, and then if you can tell by the topographic lines that drops down to this little valley down here where there's another track and these two big lakes down here. So my plan is so there's a mountain there, a mountain there. I'm going to try and go through the saddle of that mountain to where this little lake is. Try and sort of follow the edge of that little lake down to about here, kind of where that creek line is, and then try and sort of follow roughly where the creek line or where this little sort of spur is down to that track. Seems like it's probably going to be my best route. I was thinking about going up on top of this mountain and then dropping down, but from what I can see on my satellite imagery on my phone, it looks like it's really sort of dense and quite rocky and stuff up there. So I'm hoping sort of like by following this lake edge and then going from sort of this spur down, it might be a bit easier. It's also a little bit lower elevation, this spur, compared to that mountain. So that's the plan. Then we'll make our way over to the north end of Lake Meston. So we'll try and set up camp there for tonight. So yeah, fingers crossed it goes well. Alright, for those interested, I'm just using a dry dropper rig, so it's got a Parachute Adams There's my dry fly and then a little unweighted nymph. Well, it's about 10:30 and no luck with the fishing, unfortunately, so I think we might pack it up and yeah, make our way and go down the mountain and try and get to the next lake, because we've got a lot of clouds moving through, so I want to try and get there before any weather sort of rolls in. Alright, so you got the walls over there in the distance, and here's the lake that we stayed at last night. I'm just going to move cross country here. It's quite nice and open here, which is good. A nice little lake down there. And over here in the distance, so there's another lake just down there. So we'll make our way down to that lake, and that sort of should start to put us on another creek that will lead us down the mountain, which will go down in that direction. Got a really nice outlook from up here, looking over towards the overland track. It's a beautiful view. Alright, well this stuff's starting to get pretty thick, about head high most of it. We're going to try and get down to the lake there and then follow, or hopefully follow the lake's edge. Hopefully it'll be easy walking. Oh, we made it. Another beautiful lake. So what we'll do now is we'll try and walk the bank in that direction. Hopefully it's not too bad. And some of these sections are brutal. They're so thick. Whoa! Whoa! Just slid down a little rock. Man, that was hard work. That is very dense and scrubby. I've just made it to the final lake. Now what I've got to do is I've just got to drop down the other side of this hill. But I just really hope it's not as scrubby as that. I'm hoping there might be some clear areas through the forest, but time will tell. Anyway, let's go do it. Alright, so I'm just trying to find my way down here. There's a bit of a gully down there, but I don't want to go too deep in the gully because I feel like the vegetation is going to be really thick. So I'll try and sort of stick up this way and drop down. You can see a lake all the way in the distance as well, so it's a good sign. Oh, this tea tree is horrible stuff to push through. Oh. Alright guys, this is too brutal to film. I'm going to put the camera in my pack and just try and slog it down there. It's yeah, way too hard trying to carry a camera. So see at the bottom. Oh man, it's going to keep catching. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh. 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 You beautiful thing. My goodness. That was a bloody slog. I am so glad that is over. Honestly, I think that was probably one of the most brutal bush bashings I've ever done. That was insane. Oh, But finally down on this open plain. I'm pretty sure the main track is just over there, which I'm so thankful for. Oh, anyone thinking about doing this route that I've just done, don't bother. Unless you want to just beat yourself up. I've got so many body scratches and stuff on my arms. Man, what a mission. Wow. Tassie, you are just delivering the goods. This place just keeps getting better and better, eh? Just to think where I was like an hour and a half ago, just pushing through that dense scrub, and then to get treated with this, mate, it is worth it. Such a peaceful spot. It's just so still. That's what I've noticed over the last few days, is it's just been so still. Like, I've been pretty lucky to not have much wind, especially at night time. Like, the full moon's been out both nights, and yeah, it's been very nice. Oh, it feels so nice to be sitting here. Since yesterday afternoon, like I was saying this morning, I had such a horrible anxious feeling in my stomach. I just couldn't seem to shake it, and I think it was due to the fact that I wasn't quite sure what it was going to be like trying to get down here, and like I was pretty bloody remote up there, so I was kind of sketching out in my mind, thinking, oh, if something goes wrong or whatnot, if I get stuck or injure myself, I'm pretty far from help. So yeah, I just had a really horrible feeling and I couldn't shake it, but finally just sitting here, it's completely gone. I feel very at peace. It's so bloody beautiful here. I always get comments saying that like I over-describe how nice a place is. I dare say this video is going to have a fair few stunnings and beautiful and amazings, but bloody hell, there's just no other way to describe it. It's just such a beautiful spot. I feel so at peace. Alright, we've got the shoes off, so let's see if we can wade out a bit. It looks pretty bloody cold. Oh, that is fresh. Back to camp we go. Empty-handed, once again. Well, that was a very wet night. I think it started raining about 11:30 and it's like only just let up now. It was actually pretty heavy as well. So we've got a pretty moody day out there today. I think we're going to be getting pretty wet as well because I just downloaded the weather on the Garmin GPS and I said today and tomorrow is like 100% chance of rain. So yeah, I think we just got to brave it, unfortunately. But we've only got about 5 kilometers to hike today, and then actually about 2 kilometers down this track there's actually an old hut. So if I do find it's raining pretty heavily, we can always just go hang out at the hut for a little bit. You can't stay there, I think it's only for emergencies only, but we can always just go hang out there if it's they're getting too heavy. Well, the rain's back. Oh man, have a go at that blister. I should have been proactive on the first day and taped up my heels knowing that I'd probably get these. Instead, I've been trying to use these ever since just to give it a bit of protection, but it hasn't really done too great of a job. The damage has already been done. Oh man, that is gonna hurt today. Alright, so we're just starting to pack everything up now. And it's about 10 o'clock. It's been a bit of a slow start to the morning. But I tell you what, I'm absolutely loving this new 10A. Like the fact that I can pack everything up and stay dry, and then at the very end just take down the outer fly and just sort of stuff that into the front of my bag. It's just so handy. And that way when I get to camp later this arvo, I can just pull the fly out, get that set up, and then jump underneath and then set everything else up. So I'm really liking the system A, because my last tent I couldn't really do that. Man, how cool is that? It's like something out of a horror film. Oh boy, am I glad it's here. Get inside, get out of the rain for a bit because it is wet. Man, how cool is this little hut? So we've got a nice little fireplace, although you're not allowed to have fires in this area, so that'd just be for emergencies only. But yeah, it's so cool. It's got 4 bunk beds. Once again, I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to stay in this unless it's an emergency, but at least if you get stuck, you've got some good shelter. And have a look outside as well. How cool is the shingle roof? Got some nice little shelves over here. What we got? Of mice and men. Some matches. Got a logbook. Here we got some gas. There's actually some in it. A little billy. And a goon bag. Now that would be handy in an emergency. Yeah, very, very cool. How cool is that? A little trout gone up for a fly. Lost boys. That's rad. Have a look at this. That is so good. Look at the hinges. This reminds me of a documentary called, was it Dick Preneke's Alone in the Wilderness? If you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's about a bloke in Canada who goes and builds himself a little hut and lives up there for the rest of his life. Really cool. Alright, and off we go. I think I've got about 3 kilometres till we get over to the next lake. But man, how beautiful is this little creek system here? It's like something out of a fairy tale. I think all these trees around here are called a fagus or a fagus or something. I think it's one of Australia's only deciduous trees. And the leaves are starting to change colour now. And there is so much water moving through here. Basically all the track has just turned to these little creeks and streams, which is making for some very wet feet. Bloody hell. So as I was saying, I was just trying to cross this like little stream creek thing. I thought I was going to try and jump from one bit of dry land over to this like little shrub just here. And I just fell straight into a hole. It literally came up to like above my knees, and I dropped my camera in the water, but surprisingly it still works, which is good. But I'm absolutely soaked now. Oh man, it's just a tough day walking. You beauty, you can see the lake. Not far to go. Well, another day and another beautiful lake. This one's even got its own little waterfall on top of the mountain. Oh man, Tassie, you are just off its head. I don't think I've been to a bad spot yet. Bloody hell. Even in the rain, it still looks beautiful. Just had some rain just come through, but I think that's buggered off for the moment. Just tried to get myself organised and get some nice and dry and warm clothes on because I was getting pretty cold in my wet clothes. But yeah, I think it's pretty close to 4 o'clock and I'm getting pretty hungry, so I'm going to cook up some mee goreng. Yeah, a bit of a cold and windy morning this morning. Although it's nice, the clouds are finally lifted so you can see the mountain in front of us, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, it's about 8 o'clock, so I want to try and get out of here by 9 at the latest, because I'm getting picked up from the dirt road from by Dave from E-Guide. He's the transfer guy that dropped me off, so he's picking me up at about 2:30, and I think it's about 11 km hike out. So it should only take me around about 4 hours, I imagine, but I just want to give myself a little bit more time. So yeah, we'll finish off my brekkie, pack this down, and we'll get a move on. Well, I'm not going to lie, I am looking forward to a nice warm shower, a comfy bed, and a good pub feed. A chicken palmy sounds pretty good to me. Civilization. Man, that was a steep track down. So it's got another, I think like 3 or 4 Ks of this road walking, because there's a lock gate a bit further up. Almost there. Oh, we finally made it. You beauty. Oh man, what a trip. What a bloody trip. Alright, well, we made it back to the car park. Got about an hour till the guy picks me up. So I'm just going to sit here, get dry, get some food into me, and yeah, just reminisce on what a bloody epic 5 days it's been. Like, Tassie, you've blown my socks off. It's been one hell of an adventure. So bloody beautiful, honestly. It's been a really awesome trip. It's going to be hard to beat this trip. So hope you guys enjoyed this adventure. As always, I want to say a massive thanks to all you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hey, Roo.